I gather from that is that they want to finish the bloodline story the way that it should be done, not because of a Cody Rhodes or a Gunther or even a Drew McIntyre, like someone like that that could take him down.
Mhm.
They don't want that to be the finish to the bloodline story. They want to come full circle with it. And I've seen reports that Jey Uso
Or
will be the one
Solo.
to take him down, or
Remember
Solo.
remember we saw that a couple weeks ago where they said that post Mania that they wanted to build up Solo and that they were thinking about having a Solo versus Roman thing. Okay, just to
Jay
hit
would
on
be
that.
better.
Wait. I have let
No,
me play the opposite.
I'll let you speak, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I I think more people would probably be on board with Jay being the one. Of course, I'm not going to say no. I'm not sitting here saying that Solo deserves it. But if we're going with the unpredictability factor, which a lot of people are saying, was a highlight of the main event, was that most people assumed and predicted that Cody was going to win. So they gave us the opposite, which makes it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more exciting, I guess, because we could be sitting here and just basically being like, yay, Cody won. And it could be like a 3-minute conversation. And I'm not saying that that would be bad. We'd be excited, but we have so much more to try and dive into because it didn't go that way. So the reason I would love it for it to be Solo is because would anyone expect that? No one would expect that because Solo has been his right hand man since they had him come up at Clash of the Castle. He's not once said anything negative about Roman. He's not done anything against Roman. He wasn't even on Jay's side. Like, you didn't hear anything. So it's kind of intriguing to think about. It'd be like if it was Jimmy instead of Jay. Like, no one would think that Jimmy was going to be the one to dethrone him. It's not going to happen. But
But
the
it's that.
obvious
Oh, yeah,
the
makes more
obvious
sense.
answer is Jay. I don't know. I would be kind of interested if it was Solo because they want to build him up. He's a solo star, pun intended.
Yeah, I was.
And he I don't know. That just seems more interesting to me.
No,
As much as I would
I'm
love
in
to
on
see the
the.
Jay thing, we've seen it already.
Yeah, but
So
that's the thing with Jay is when if you go with Jay as the one who dethrones him, you have everything that built up to the bloodline and all that story from the Thunderdome, and then the whole Roman he turns on him. That's that part of the story where someone's got to make a decision, and he did side with Sammy for a bit, but then came back with the Usos. So there's that little
wait, whose side
space
with the
there,
Usos?
huh?
Solo? Who? Sammy? Whose
So
side with Sammy?
when Jay
Oh,
went
oh,
over to
oh.
Sammy and went,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
you, and then
Yeah.
super kicked him. So
Yeah.
there's that element there of it can happen. It was teased a little bit. Plus, it would be the one of the best, I think, stories told in wrestling in a very long time of how long it was, how in depth the detail, like that would be WWE's best, I think, home run story, whatever, leading into this new era. Because it felt like last night was supposed to be the end and new beginning tonight, where we're not even in the new era yet.
Mhm.
We're still revving up the engines, doing our prep work, dotting our I's, crossing our T's before we get there. So now to me, it feels like SummerSlam is going to be that, all right, this is the new era.
I'm interested to see how many people would be on board with Solo though. Like, I'm kind of cuz obviously um more people have talked about wanting Jay, especially before we got him to come back and rejoin the bloodline. And he's given us the hints of maybe listening to what Sammy has had to say about Roman and how he's, abused his power and that he doesn't actually care about them. It's all about him, blah, 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 blah. I think there's a lot that they can do with that. Like, I think that the bloodline storyline is fine. I think there's so many different avenues that they can go down. And I think it would be fine if they went with Solo. I think it'd be fine if they went with Jay.